Hello everyone and welcome back to the 22-part tutorial of how to model a basketball court arena. We are continuing this part and hopefully finishing with this pivot thing. Well, I'm exhausted of this part. It's just a little bit annoying. Anyway, same procedure. We're gonna exit smooth preview here and I'm gonna um, take a look from the side view here to make four more edge loops. Now I'm gonna create one somewhat here. I'm just taking a little bit more space from the circle. I wanna have enough space here without fighting over this space later on. So two here and let's say one here and one there. Okay. So created this space, this cube here. Now we have enough edges here to create this frame we need. So I'm gonna grab this. No, I'm not gonna grab this. I'm gonna switch back to perspective mode. I'm gonna grab this edge here, control right click, edge ring, utilities to edge ring, and split to create the middle ones that I need. So grabbing this edge as well, edit, control right click, and do this that way. Now I could have thought about it and done this earlier, so I'm gonna shift right click, slide edge tool, and again I'm gonna point them into that point where it's the middle of this pivot, somewhat in the middle. Okay, let's say that this is good. Let's grab this edge and do the same. Okay, grab this vertex here, shift right click, chamfer vertex. Gonna set those vertices a little bit better. So you see the cube in the center. I want it to be very to be even cube. Though I may want, you know what? I may want to simply delete this and copy this one here. So let's see. Yeah, I will switch over perspective view. I'm gonna try this because it's just waste of time starting to deal with those. I'm gonna right click, choose faces. I'm gonna grab all those pipe faces as well. I'm gonna zoom in here. Well, I have those edges as well, so shift double click that way and these. Okay, so this is the only pieces that I need here. Yeah, and I may want to delete later on something there, at least for now. So let's first duplicate this. Press F8 three times. 1, 2, 3. Unselect this. Modify center pivot for this. Switch to move tool. And see, I'm keeping it on the same level as this surface, though it should be, yeah, it doesn't matter, it should be there. So I'm gonna just bring it over here. I'm gonna grab both of them and isolate them so I can work here. So I'm gonna bring it here and I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna grab these and I'm trying to center this. Okay, so you see this one is centered with those edges here, and this one will be centered that way, and this one will be centered that way. This one centered to this, basically align them with the edges that's on this circle area here. Now I don't care about the outer frame and how it looks. I can do something like so. I'm trying to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and I can grab all of them, by the way. So double click on this one and shift double click on this one to select all of them, and simply shrink this to somewhat like this. And still okay. I'm gonna apply the wireframe on shaded so I can see what's going on here, and I'm gonna rotate it so basically this will be in the center, the circle here. Okay, this cube. So basically these edges here and those will meet those. These will go with this one that way. So I may want to maybe a little bit more bring it that way. I'm gonna switch to side view. I could see better that's this way. Yeah. So let's say this is pretty much in the center. Now I will first of all I will adjust the pivot here because the pivot here is a little bit weird on me. I'm gonna press D and V at the same time and snap it to this vertex here. And I just wanna hold on the V, move it there, and snap it to the surface, okay? That way. So it's really snapped now. I'm gonna right click, choose face, grab this face, this and that, and delete them. Alright, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. I'm gonna grab this one and I'm gonna duplicate it and rotate it J that way. You see I have this inner pipe there, though that's okay. I'm gonna snap it over here, and I just want to make sure that this part is going the same rules that we had added. I mean that the edges are meeting each other there. See, so those two is okay aligned with this one, but those two are not, so I may need to play with this a little bit more. No, you know what? I don't want to touch it because it's a little bit problematic. Let's delete it, and I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna duplicate it, okay? And here I'm now selected the duplicate one, so I can change the scale tool and scale this that way. So you will see that one of the values here is changing, basically. Let's move it that way. Let's squeeze it again. It's not happening, so what I will do, I will go over delete by type history and modify first transformation, and now I will do this. So now if I will do something like so, where is it? This is weird. No, this is very weird. Okay, you see, while I'm squeezing it that way, it's changing the values here. Okay, so it was like that, and now that I'm squeezing that way, it's changing here. So basically it was on 1, and I need -1. So I will type in -1 on that column here and press enter, so it will bring it to the same size and that it was. And now I will be able to simply snap it over here, and they will match each other. They will be like a mirrored. So I'm gonna grab these 4 faces as well and delete them. Press F8 3 times, making sure that these are all selected. Let's combine them and click on the isolation, and then click on the isolation again, And now we will only need to patch this. So mesh tools, merge vertex tool, and patch this from here over there. This one from here over there. Now I want to be very careful here. See what happens? You want to make sure that you really patch the correct vertices. This one, these. Now, I want to show you something. You've seen that it did, I'll just say this. Well, you know what? Leave it. Let's just patch this. Let's now patch the other side. We could have delete half cut of this and simply mirror this, but I don't want to. I'm not always using those methods. I like to do this in some other ways sometimes. So you see it's perfectly done, and we can only just need to add those two into same place. So when you go over the merge vertex tool, you can click on options and you will see this. And we already talked about this, but this time I want to change to center here, the merge to, instead of target vertex, to center. And then I will grab those, and you can see the green dots there, that it shows you where the center will be and where they will connected when you release this. So now it's creating this edge in the center there. It's not necessary, but that's good. And we already have all those edges because we basically duplicated this item. I'm gonna press 3 to have a look on this. It looks like everything patched correctly. Let's unisolate this and have a look. Alright. So I think that I just made something wrong here. It's not like really on the center, so I will show you what I will do. I will grab only everything in the middle of those. See? Not those, actually. Let's do it from the side view and, that way. So I only want those. I'm gonna press 3 to smooth preview this, and I will be able to align it with the same hole of this. So yeah, so that's okay. Press F8, bring it back to perspective mode, 3, and you can see that's fine. Now I'm gonna right click vertices, and I'm gonna grab all the vertices here that you can't see. They are basically inside there. Then I'm gonna grab those, and I'm gonna squeeze it backwards over here. So they will meet here, you see? That way. We can maybe tweak this a little bit more. That way. Don't try to scale it uniformly. You are grabbing both sides and it will basically do things that you don't want to run into. It looks like those outside, but those not. So probably when I created the mirroring for this one, something went wrong there. I missed some, took some bites from the length of it. Though we can always grab those alone and simply bring them into place that way. And nothing that is really, really important there. So let's just grab the pivot, Control D. I'm gonna bring this over here. Change the side view just to make sure that this is really on the center there. Perspective view. Yeah, we could have. Alright, so I guess that look a little bit that way maybe. Yeah, so that's fine. So I think this is it for this part. I really wanted to wrap those pivot parts all at once and then go on to other things. So right now I'm going to leave it and wrap this part here. Thank you for watching. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that it was easy at the same time, because this is really long process, but it's good practice. So what else? Anyway, see you at the next part. Bye.